Good day. Today is February 7. I just having a conference with the buyers mandate, three or four of them from different part of United States, and they have been searching for gold and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to service their buyer. Now today, I would like to invite instead the real buyer. I would like to take you to West Africa. I handle different seller. I handle Mali, the third largest gold producer in West Africa, and also Conakry, the land of plenty. Now, I do understand you being a buyer. You've been searching for gold and you've been dealing with so many chain of broker. And you couldn't find gold because you are just lazy, maybe. Excuse my wording, lazy. Or you don't want to do the proper way. You want to shortcut. This gold business and diamond business is not a shortcut business. You are buying a world asset. You are a gold trader. You are buying the world asset, which is gold or diamond, and then you're going to resell it to your own customer. Now, let's be fair and don't be crooked. Don't deceive yourself. Gold and diamond will not come to you. Wouldn't. Whenever you are, whether you are in Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore, Dubai, United States, Istanbul, or Germany or Israel, wouldn't come to you. You as the trader, you need to find the supply. You need to come to that product in order for you to inspect before you pay. However, I will clarify that. When you inspect, you need to travel to the product where it comes from in order for you to see what you are buying, whether you buy gold or you buy diamond. Now, let's talk about the particular gold because gold is the world asset. Everybody needs gold. The World Bank needs gold. The jewelry manufacturer needs gold. The industrial company needs gold to make into different uses. Now, gold has many uses, as you know that. I've been mentioning on my video and also on my virtual page on Facebook. We are now on digital information. I'm the one who brought this digital information because I'm the one who was hired by the seller. I'm the extension digital office here based in Australia. Now, the gold produced in Mali, the third largest gold producer in West Africa, and also in Conakry, the land of plenty. I'm using these two countries because they are huge supply and they are really the main source. As I've said to you, that Mali, Bamako is the third largest gold producer in West Africa. Conakry is the land of plenty. It's not yet saturated. So come book your trip. I will take you to Mali or in Conakry. Now let's do this. I do understand you've been searching for gold and you were being deceived. And then said, oh, it's scam. Forget about the word scam because the meaning of scam is you deceive yourself, you manipulate yourself, or you were being deceived by someone else offering cheap price. Gold is not cheap. Gold has the face value, and the gold will not come to you. You need to come to the gold. Now, because you're scared. Oh, I'm scared to travel to Africa. Don't be scared. I went to Africa. I was not scared. I was treated like a queen. I was provided a car and a driver because I was invited by the seller in order for me to see with my two eyes what is going on the ground. Africa is a safe place. Don't believe it's not safe. Okay? You are on the city. Mali is the city. Bamako is the capital city. I will explain to you two countries. Mali is the third largest gold producer. Okay? There is one mining company in Bamako from Western Australia. Yeah, you will see the link and the video. After our conversation, after my conversation, I will give you the link so that you have the whole total pictures about Bamako. Now, there is a refinery. There are two refineries. There, the government geological laboratory and also the private refinery. I will give you the link and you can view it before you make a final travel with me. Okay? Now, in Conakry, there is a refinery that have a license to smelt into gold bullion called KMR. KMR, their head office is, they're Italian, but they have a branch in Hong Kong and they have branch in Switzerland, I think. Now, my seller have tons of gold in Bamako, but you will never get tons of gold unless you travel and see, taste the gold, then you pay bank to bank. There is no upfront here. Gold is not for CIF. CIF stands for cost and insurance and freight. How are you able to buy or to pay the gold? How? You will not take the gold out of the country without export documentation. Now, I'm going to explain to you so that you will understand before we travel together. You're gonna buy gold. So, Wilhelmina, I saw you on YouTube and on Facebook. I read the procedure. I'm very interested. I've been to Mali, but I didn't get the gold because I've been dealing with such a scammer. Now, the scammer is that the word scam is wrong. You've been dealing with people deceitful. They deceive you. They don't have license to sell. They're a local miner, right? They want to sell it cash, but you would not be able to get gold out of the country because you don't have cash. Maybe you went to Bamako, you think you can get gold CIF. It wouldn't work. CIF is stand for cost and insurance freight only. The seller needs money. That seller that you've been dealing with, they wouldn't give his gold unless you pay, because gold has a face value. That gold is money. Now let us do in a professional way. You send me a letter of intent. So, well, yes, Wilhelmina, I want to buy gold in Mali or in Conakry. You specify that what country. I want to buy gold 22 carats, 94 or 95 purity. I'm intending to make into jewelry. Perfect, you only need 22 carats. I would like to buy gold 20 kilos to start with or 10 kilos to start with. How are you able to help me, Wilhelmina? Very simple. Okay? You send me a letter of intent on your company letterhead. There, Wilhelmina, I saw you on YouTube and on Facebook. I've been reading your procedure online. I really very much impressed that you enlightened me. Now, this is what I need, Wilhelmina. I am buying 10 kilos to start with. And I'm going to make into jewelry. This is the requirement I have. Say, then you send it to Wilhelmina because, attention to Wilhelmina, because Wilhelmina will interview you, and Wilhelmina is the extension digital office on behalf of the seller based in Australia. I'm in Australia. I live in Brisbane, Queensland. Right. So then, when I receive the letter of intent, then I will send it to the head office. The head office said, okay, Wilhelmina, you interviewed the buyer. Say, yes, I did. Then we will send you a letter of acknowledgement that we received your letter of intent to purchase. Then we will organize you to invite to travel, to come and see the products. So now you are a first timer, you're scared to travel. Then Wilhelmina will render an extra service. Okay? There is a cost on my extra service. I already given you the free service, which I put this everything online in order to expand. But when I travel, yes, I do charge my trip. But what is airfare and hotel accommodation? And at the end of the day, you will be refunded. And we will minus the ticket and the hotel accommodation when you pay. So you are still a winner. You are a big winner. So then you will feel comfortable. If you don't like Wilhelmina to travel with you, I will arrange only to travel with you to meet the seller. But if there is an issue, do not blame Wilhelmina, because I would be out of the picture. But if I am with you on the ground, I make sure that both buyers and sellers understand each other. Right. So now So Wilhelmina, I would like to smelt gold into gold bullion, because when you bring the gold to your country, there is also an importation tax. So the seller paid export tax and value added tax. So you are not paying taxes. That tax is already on the price, built in into the price. So you test the gold to the local refinery, right, in order to get the purity and the carats. So the assay report will give in to you, and then you said, Wilhelmina, I would like to smelt the gold into gold bullion to KMR. So it's different scenario now, because the seller will not bring the gold to KMR unless you pay the gold, his gold. Then the seller will give you all the paperwork, because KMR would not accept the gold where the gold coming from. So therefore, the seller will give you the paperwork that you pay the gold from the seller. Then he will deliver it to KMR in order for you to smelt into gold bullion. Because KMR is the only refinery in West Africa that have license to smelt into gold bullion with hallmark 99.99. You got my point now? So now, you're gonna use KMR facilities. So you're gonna open an account because you're going to use their services. Now I'm going to give you the link and the refinery website of KMR after I explain to you below. You click below the link. You will view the refinery. So you have to contact the KMR. I already been calling KMR before. I did ask the director to make into gold bullion in 20 kilos. The gold will shrink. Yes. And I asked the director on 20 kilos to make into gold bullion how many kilos? It is 18 kilos and 750 grams. So therefore, the gold shrink. Because of the chemical element, they're gonna remove it, they're gonna separate the chemical elements and purify into 24 karat, which is 99.99. You got now my point here? So therefore, we will provide you, the seller will provide you on 20 kilos extra of 4 kilos to make into 20 kilos. So 24 kilos of Doribar to make into gold bullion, exact 20 kilos. So you pay the 20 kilos, not 24. But the discount is lesser. Instead we give you 10%, we reduce the discount of 8%, because the extra gram is money. Today the price of gold is down. Yesterday was 43, today is 42. So $42 per gram. Let's say I'm going to use my calculator. Example, 1.3 times 42 today. That is 54,060, right? For 54,000.60. Now the price of gold today, don't bank on it, because I'm just giving you, because the price of gold, it varies from day to day. Yesterday the gold was 43, today is down 42. Now on the 42,610.99, if you're gonna buy to make into gold jewelry, we will give you 10%. Okay? So going back to 42,610.99 less 10%. So you have a profit of $4,261 per kilo. Okay? So we have to minus again 42,610.99. So our selling price is 38,349. So we round off to 38,000 on 1 kilo, which is 1,000 gram. Now if you're gonna make into gold bullion, we'll give you 1.3 maximum. So less 8%. So when you resell it to your customer, you get a handsome profit, because you're gonna sell it 1.5%. It's gold bullion. So you're gonna trade that into stock exchange. That is your asset now. Gold is the world asset. So it is, you already purified that. So it is now your property. It is now an asset. So you buy that from the wholesaler who produces gold, right, of 8%. So when you resell it to the refinery of 1.5% or 2%, you still get 6% profit, right? So if you're floating around from broker to broker, then you have to pay your broker because we don't pay double commission. My seller is paying my work. I work for the seller. I only charge you an extra service if you ask me to come with you because you're a first timer. You really need Wilhelmina, no matter how expert you are. You need to have a good negotiator on the table because if there is an issue, I wouldn't be able to help you, right? Because I need to talk to my seller to give you a flexible dealing. Maybe we can give you more discount if I would be on the ground because we would like to deal with you in a long term. So you got now my explanation here. So that's the reason why you need to understand what are you really looking for. Are you really buying to make into jewelry, or you are buying to sort of buy and sell and get the profit? So you need to ask your customer as well, Mr. Customer, what are you looking for? I'm going to deliver, I'm going to supply you. So you come to us because you're a trader. You come to us. We will give you a wholesale and then you resell it, so you still get the profit. You get the profit net of 6 to 7% every week. If you get the 20 kilos every week, then you increase your order 50 kilos, 100 kilos, 300 kilos. But this is not a credit. This is not a CIF. This is cash business. So therefore, you need to have a standby capital into your bank account. There is no upfront here. We don't ask upfront at all because gold is money. Now, if you're going to refine the gold to KMR, you are going to apply a refinery account because you are using their facilities. Now, when you apply for the account, the KMR will ask you as the trader where the gold coming from. So therefore, going back to the assay, right? We will assay the gold to the local refinery. After you get the assay report, you pay the gold. Cash bank to bank. Then the seller will give you all paperwork that you pay the gold, that the gold is free of illegal activities, that the gold is not stolen. So then when you use that, when you bring the gold to the KMR, if you are going to smelt it, if you are going to come to Bamako, then you apply for the refinery account to KMR. So nothing to do with the seller. The seller is going to acid the gold to the local refinery in order for him to know the purity and the carats. But if I'm with you as well, you buy the gold analyzer from your end, just like again you can buy that online. So you always double check before you pay. So then when your payment is cleared from bank to bank, then that is the time we deliver the gold to KMR. The KMR will ask all the paperwork where the gold coming from, the business license, where the gold coming from, because the KMR would not accept the gold if the gold has been stolen, because gold in Africa, some are stolen, some are illegally mined. So you need to buy the gold to a licensee that who really produced the gold. You understand now what I'm saying? Now there is a cost as well. So to smelt in the local refinery, $50 per kilo, right? So when you're gonna smelt that to KMR, there is also a costing. So they charge as well $100 or $50 or $100 to smelt it. So we no longer responsible. We're out because you are paid the gold already, cash. Then you bring it to KMR. You understand what I'm saying here? So you are going to smelt into gold bullion. So then you negotiate with KMR. The KMR have their own inside shaper. They are a European group of companies. So you negotiate them. I'm just giving you a full vital information. That's all. It's your job. I don't interfere because I'm not working with the KMR at all. I work for the seller. I'm just giving you the information. Now, you're gonna say, oh, Wilhelmina, I'm going to buy gold to Conakry. Alright, let's talk about Conakry. Conakry is a land of plenty. The purity of the gold in Conakry is 96.6, the high quality. Their gold is very high quality. Now, the seller produce as well gold and diamond. So both Mali and Conakry are the producer. Now going back to Mali, every week that country, they ship 25 metric tons a week to a big buyer. You are a small trader. So that country produce gold. There's so many seller. You can buy gold to a central bank. You pay cash. Central Bank of Bamako. You contact them. I'm not with that. I'm helping the seller to market their production. Okay, now you already know about Mali, right? You're gonna say, okay, Wilhelmina, I saw you on YouTube. I would like to come to Mali. Fine. You specify whether Mali or Conakry. Now let's talk about Conakry. Conakry is the land of plenty. Right. My seller has 10 concession. Produce gold and diamond direct from his land. This has both seller been in gold industry for 10 to 20 years. They have their own workers. They have their own office. They have their own overhead. Conakry's worker is 100 worker because they have discovered gold and diamond. They already got the concession list from the government. So the government give them the license to open the land to operate to dig gold and diamond in Conakry. So the Conakry seller of mine have 10 to 11 concession. They just acquired a new concession. Right. So they are working 7 days a week in order to get the production. To get the gold and the diamond is not easy. So therefore, the seller is not willing to deal with you as a CIF because you don't have the money. Why are you asking for CIF? And the seller is working so hard under the heat of the sun. The seller is paying his community the royalty as well. The seller is paying his government the value added tax and export tax. And you as the trader thinking you can get gold for nothing. It wouldn't work at all. I'm telling you. So this video that I explained to you, this is for your own benefit. Do not think about that you will get the gold no upfront fee. There is none. There is no way you will get gold for nothing. You're gonna say, oh, I want to buy gold letter of credit, therefore you don't have the money. If you understand letter of credit, you are using the contract to leverage it. To get the letter of credit, you as the buyer, you're gonna be charged by your bank. Because the bank will scrutinize you. What is your asset? The bank will not release the money if you don't have an asset. Gold is an asset. You got my logic here? So if I'm where you start a small quantity, let's say start 20 kilos. Okay, 20 kilos you can afford. Last month we have a buyer from Saudi Arabia. He fly to Conakry, my head office. They look at the gold, they inspect in the office, and then he's happy, and he tested his gold analyzer, and then the seller brought to the refinery. Within 72 hours, the gold shipped it to Saudi Arabia. The buyer paid electronic. And you people, you cannot afford to pay electronic, meaning to say you don't have the money. So you need to, in order to get this precious mineral, you need to have a capital before you get the profit. Does that make sense now? So now, I am inviting you. I do understand that you've been searching for gold, dealing with chain of brokers, and the chain of brokers is not helping you. When you send the letter of intent to broker, sanitize. I rejected hundreds and hundreds of sanitations of letter of intent. Why? That particular broker, they're scared to circumvent. Therefore, he is not helping you as being a buyer. That is the reason why you failed. Because the broker are the one who killed the deal. So you don't need any broker anymore. You already watch Wilhelmina on YouTube and on Facebook. You see all the requirements. We don't need to send a letter of LOI or letter of intent anymore. LOI. Our full corporate offer is already online. What you do, you send me a letter of intent to purchase on your company letterhead. Specify. Wilhelmina, I want to get the gold in Conakry. Okay? Wilhelmina, I want to get gold to Mali. Alright? When I'm going to travel, Wilhelmina? Well, at any time. Tomorrow? The following day? Send me your passport copy. Then you send a letter of intent. You send me your business license. Send me your importation license. And I will send you the form, so that you will fill in the form, so that when we travel together, everything is on the contract, your refinery address, contact, etc., etc. Because the gold has to be shipped directly to your refinery. Or if you're gonna hand carry, it's up to you. You already paid cash, so you can hand carry, no problem at all. So now, are you happy now? So tell me what would be the next. Because Wilhelmina is a standby. Come on conference. Don't be scared. Do not be scared, because this is a real business. Now, a few minutes ago, I have a conference with 3 brokers. These 3 brokers, they were been floating around searching because they want to earn a living. So, these 2 brokers thinking that this buyer from Chicago, he's 62 years old, they think that this broker is a buyer. But when I interviewed 1 hour or a few minutes ago, I asked the 2 brokers, bring that buyer on conference. When they mentioned the name, and I look at on my Skype, I know this guy. And this guy was telling to 2 brokers, oh, I saw Wilhelmina, I'm afraid Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina is a mean. I said, what do you mean I mean? Wilhelmina, according to this 62 years old, I will not mention his name because I'm sure he's gonna be embarrassed. He's from Chicago. And these 2 guys from LA and what part of the United States. So, and I said to these 2 brokers, one is a Filipino. And I said to them, how do you know this guy? I know this guy. So, well, I mean, he knows you. So, yeah, but why he's afraid of me? Because you are very strict and very mean. Well, I am not mean. He has to follow the rules and regulations of the government. Because I don't own the gold. I just follow the instructions of the seller. Everything is online. So why he's scared that I'm mean? Maybe because he's a liar. He deceived his buyer. When I found out that he's also a broker joker. Today, any buyer watching me, you don't need a chain broker. They are going to ruin your satisfaction. They are going to ruin your appetite. You have an appetite to buy the product from us. Come and talk to Wilhelmina instead. Come on conference on Skype, right? Because Wilhelmina is willing to help you. You don't need a chain broker. We will give you the discount and you keep the profit instead of floating around from broker to broker. Because if you're floating from broker to broker, you expect to pay your broker. You don't pay Wilhelmina. No. So I only charge extra service if you're scared. If you're not scared, fine. I'll just arrange the visa for you from the head office. But if there is a situation, do not blame Wilhelmina. Do not. I prefer you to take me so that you would not encounter any issue. Sit down in the office and I'll tour you around. What is airfare and hotel accommodation if you get the profit every week? 7% net every week, or 8% net. It depends on the quantity that you are ordering, or it depends if we are flexible to give you a discount. It depends. So which one you like? You talk to Wilhelmina, you keep the profit, right? And then every week you increase your order. Let's say you're gonna buy 20 kilos. Let's say, and we'll give you the price, because the price, it varies from day to day. You're gonna say, oh, very expensive. Of course, you're buying the expensive one. So therefore, you expect to pay the expensive price. But the price today is 42. So that is very expensive. But we will give you the discount. We'll give you $38,000 on 1.3. Yeah, on 1.3 in one bar. If you want to make a gold bullion, but if you want to make into jewelry, we'll give you 36, 1,000 grams in one bar. But if you want to get one in gold bullion, we give you 38. You get still the profit. And when you resell it to 1.52%, you still get the profit of 7 to 8%. You are greedy if you are really unsatisfied. The seller has also an overhead. At the end of the day, excuse me, at the end of the day, the seller has no profit. He's paying his worker. He's paying his insurance, business insurance. He's paying his vehicle, petrol, right, overhead, his secretary, and Wilhelmina. So you are greedy as well. And at the end of the day, when we calculated, the seller has no profit margin at all. You get the 7 to 8%. My seller, lucky if he get net profit after expenses, 5%. You are the winner. I said to my seller, my goodness, these are foreigners. They are thieves. Yeah. And you have become multi-millionaire, and the seller doesn't. And I said to my seller, my goodness, they're ripping you off. So today you're not going to rip off my seller. No. That is the reason why there's so many problems. Then, oh, Wilhelmina is scam. I don't know. You don't understand the meaning of scam? The scam is deceive, lie, manipulate. You're deceiving yourself. And then if you don't get what you want, you blog me. You're crazy. You're stupid. Excuse my language. And I will summarize again, before I'm gonna close. Come with me. I already explained to you, right? I would like to take you to Conakry or Bamako. I need you guys, whether 3 of you, travel with me. I can guarantee, I can assure you, you will get the gold. Provided you convince Wilhelmina that you are a true buyer. Do not ask for CIF because there is no CIF. How are you able to pay the gold? This is the question. How? Tell me. If you cannot give me the answer that you are not able to pay the gold, to me you are not a buyer. You are going to leverage. I'll give you an example. There was a guy, I know him, right? His refinery beside Emirates. I'm not going to mention his name. And his broker, he has a consultant from all over. Come to me, he sent me the letter of intent. And this guy, he signed a contract to us, I think 3 years ago. He didn't perform. His refinery beside Emirates, but it's not functioning. I went to Dubai, I took a picture. It's a huge refinery. And I know this director. And I said to this broker, say hello to this director of yours. He knows me. He's asking CIF. And on the letter of intent that bring the gold to Dubai, we will pay after final assay. I start to wonder. If he is a refinery, therefore he has the fund. Why on earth this buyer, he wanted us to bring the gold to his refinery, that the refinery is not exist at the moment. He is using other refinery to refine the gold, to resell the gold. And then when that refinery, because he's a trader, then that refinery will pay that person. I'm not going to mention his name because I know this guy. So that refinery, after the final assay, he will pay that trader, and then the trader pay the seller. So therefore, he is already gaining the profit. And the seller is waiting for that trader to pay. It wouldn't work. So he is going to launder my seller's gold to leverage in order to get the profit before he pay my seller. It wouldn't work at all. Why not start to buy 10 kilos? You pay cash. And then refine it to the refinery of your destination in Dubai. And then the refinery pay you. Then you get the profit and then you increase it. And why you dream it to 500 kilos and you don't have the money? And then you just bring the gold and we will not pay anything. Tell the seller to bring the gold and CIF That is more than $1 million, more than maybe $120 million or 120 to $110 million. He doesn't have the money. He's only using the paper money. Yeah, he has a website. I'm not going to mention the name because he's gonna be embarrassed. You know me, how straightforward. I don't muck around. So I said to this broker, I know your buyer. He signed a contract in Ghana. He didn't perform. I have his passport. I have his contract. And then his buyer, they couldn't get the gold. See how these thieves or crooks are playing around with the seller? I've been to West Africa, my dear, and I even shake my head. Most of the foreigners are thieves. Their eyes is bigger than a dollar. So you as a trader, a new trader, do not do not think that you can get gold with no payment. Maybe your eyes is also bigger than a dollar. That is the reason why you could hardly get the gold. Because you will never get the gold if you're talking to Wilhelmina. That is the reason why most of the buyers are scared with me, even the broker. Why are you gonna be scared for? But because I'm straightforward? But because I tell the truth? And then if you don't get what you want, then you blog Wilhelmina. For what reason? Why are you doing that? So therefore you are devious. Therefore you are thieves. Therefore you are a smuggler. Because asking CIF, you are a smuggler. You teach my seller to smuggle it. Why on earth my seller smuggle it? Every day my seller sell gold on the ground. And you as the trader, you want gold because Africa is a huge continent and Africa is a huge deposit of natural resources. Why this Australian mining company is in Bamako? And they were given that tax incentive by the government. And why this KMR is in Bamako? They are Italian group of company. They're a huge refinery, 100 meters away from the international airport. Why they are there? Because of the natural resources, because of gold. And why Canadian are there in Conakry? And why German are there in Conakry? Why these French people are in Conakry? Because of this precious mineral. And you are the newcomer. You have been thinking that, oh, I want to buy gold, no upfront fee. To me, you're bullshit. Excuse my language. Because I'm not really bullshitting at all. I'm telling the truth because I've been to West Africa. I am telling the truth. I am going to correct your crookedness. You're wicked. So, I hope you would not be offended. Because I just have a conference few minutes ago that this 62 years old, he said, oh, I'm scared with Wilhelmina. And then Dean said, why you're scared with Wilhelmina? Oh, she is mean. What do you mean? In what way that I'm mean? Because you are such time waster. That's 62 years old. Thinking he's a buyer. He's asking my mandate letter. Yes, I will provide you my mandate letter, provided. Send me your mandate letter as well and fill in the form first. And I would like to screen you. And I would like to screen you by come on conference. Let's talk about it. Don't muck around because you are not helping your buyer. Buyer is paying you. My seller is paying my service, you must remember. So, I don't need broker really, to be honest with you. I prefer to help the buyer. Because buyer is hungry to find the supply. The buyer is hungry to buy and the buyer cannot operate his business without the supply. There's a saying, supply and demand determine the price. Does that make sense? In economics way, supply and demand determine the price. And if you don't have the money, how can you pay the gold and the diamond? My goodness, you guys. You are just floating around on online because we are now on the global communication. Take advantage. In Australia, we buy groceries delivered in our doorstep. Online. You can buy funeral online. You can buy mobile phone online delivered on your doorstep. Right. Everything is online. I'm the one who introduced this because Africa is behind. African seller hired Wilhelmina. That is the reason why you're scared, because I'm going to stop your crookedness. You as a trader, I'm going to stop you thinking you can get the gold for nothing. Gold is not bread or banana either. I'm always using banana and bread. Yesterday I went to Wallis. I buy bread. The price of bread goes up. If the price is high, the commodity is high. Now the bread is $2.50, a loaf of bread. Right. And the banana, instead I think a few days ago was $2.99. Yesterday was $3.20 a kilo. If I don't have a dime, do you think I would get the banana and bread? Going back to gold. If you don't have a dime in your bank account, $1,000,000 or $500,000, you wouldn't be able to get the gold out of the country, because gold is the world asset. Gold is an investment. You invest that in exchange of your paper money. So paper money and the solid cash money, which is gold, just like husband and wife. Your paper money has no value if there is no gold reserve in the central bank. The central bank is also need gold. That is why they are using the trader to buy gold. Yes, the trader, you lay out the capital, then you resell it to your own customer. There's no problem with that. We call that buy and sell. So I hope you understand what you're buying. Floating around from broker to broker, it wouldn't work at all. There's a buyer's mandate, Japanese, and he went to Thailand, and he brought $1,000,000, right? Cash. I said to this buyer's mandate, oh, you are trying to smuggle your money. So you are involved in smuggling then. He loses money. The gold coming from Africa is also smuggled in Thailand. Thailand and Hong Kong are the transit of smuggling. We don't smuggle our gold. My seller wouldn't smuggle his gold. He said to me, if the buyer cannot afford to fly to see what he's buying, he is not a buyer. We're not hungry. Gold is gold, and gold will not fade, which is correct. The gold will not fade. The seller is in control of the supply. Only those seller who bring the gold to Indonesia or bring the gold to Malaysia or Singapore, they are a smuggler. They don't have a license. They want to cut corner. What happened? You as a buyer, you also encounter a problem, because you're gonna be accused as a smuggler. You're gonna be arrested by the authority, because that gold belong to that country. Once the gold is in that possession, it wouldn't work at all. I rather not to advise the seller, don't be involved. Do not. If they cannot afford, next, so be it. Gold will not fade. Gold is still there. My seller is not a beggar. My seller is rich. He's rich on gold. He would not give his gold for free. I'm telling you right now. You buy 5 kilos, 10 kilos, it's okay. Take Wilhelmina. Yeah? What is airfare and hotel accommodation? You've been searching for gold for many months and you cannot find. My goodness. You're wasting time. Time is money. And when you ask Wilhelmina to travel with you, book the hotel accommodation, what is that? You're going to be refunded. We will deduct it on your payment. So at the end of the day, you are still a winner. But if a Wilhelmina is not there, it's okay. You can travel. I will just arrange the visa. But if there is a problem, do not come back to Wilhelmina. Do not. That is the reason why I'm putting this video on YouTube, because I would like to encourage you. I would like to help you. Remove your mentality, your dirty mentality back of your head. There is no way you will get gold, CIF. I can guarantee you. Because gold has a face value. The seller has to declare that to his country that he's going to export to you. So come, do not bring money. Come with Wilhelmina, right? You taste the water, and then just have a holiday. You come and see. But make sure you have standby money in your bank account, because we're not asking upfront here. We're not. Just come and travel with Wilhelmina. Okay? And if you window shop without Wilhelmina, then you are waiting for disaster. Because once you are on the ground, there's so many hungry sellers as well. In the airport, they will grab you. Yes. There are so many hungry sellers as well because there are so many gold there. But my explanation is they're gonna offer you a cheap price. But they will not tell you the truth. That gold has a value, so you're gonna declare that. So the owner of the gold will pay the taxes to the government. So you're gonna be offered, I'll tell you, if you're gonna be offered 28, right? Say, oh, I'm offered 28. Fine. The seller would not tell you. When you take the gold out of the country, that particular seller say, oh, you have to pay taxes. You have to pay insurance. You add that. You add the tax on the price and the insurance. At the end of the day, the price will be 36, 38. Our price exactly the same. There is no confusion anymore. The tax and the insurance is already on the price. You got my point now? You're going to say, oh, the price is too expensive. No, it's not. Because you're going to pay taxes. So the seller does. So instead of asking you to pay taxes, the tax is already on the price. You just pay the gold. You get the logic here? I think I explained it properly. But anyway, I shall wait for you to come online on Skype. Do not be scared with this lady. This lady is a very, very accommodating, very straightforward. Yes, she doesn't muck around. She doesn't buy bullshit as well. Because gold is not a bullshit business. This is a real business. Thank you very much and have a pleasant good afternoon.